Okay, if you'll notice, this is your customized table I've made for you. It has 4 countersunk holes on the top side. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to line this up with as close as you can get to the black table, and the holes line up through the plastic. You'll take the 4 flathead screws I've included and put them through the holes, just like this. And you're going to have to hold it up in the air because it's not going to stay in position until you put the nuts on. So I'm going to reach underneath and I'm going to put the nuts on a few of these screws to hold it in position. Now I've also included an Allen wrench to help you tighten these up. Now as far as the nuts themselves, if you've got a pair of pliers sitting around, that'd be the best thing to hold the nut while you tighten them. After you get 2 of them tightened, then you can let go of the plastic and then put the remainder of the nuts on the screws. One thing, before you tighten these screws, make sure you only finger tighten the screw. You'll notice I have the Allen wrench with the long part of the Allen wrench into the head of the screw. This will allow you to torque it down a little bit with your fingers without over tightening. If you over tighten this is plexiglass, and if you over tighten it, it will crack and break. So you just want to tighten it just enough to snug it so it won't move as you're using the machine. That's it. If you'll notice, I've put a small mark in the rod where I've scratched it. That's where the collar needs to stop. So when you put the collar on, you need the thumb screw facing that scratch and put the collar right at the edge of it. This is going to line up your labels properly. Then you put on 1 guide, 1 core insert so the flange is facing against the guide, and then your roll of labels. Make sure the labels unwind towards the notch in the bottom of the guide, right here, together. Let me pause it. Then put the next core insert on so the flange faces outward and the center part of the core insert goes in the roll. Put another guide on so that both notches are towards the bottom, so it looks just like that. Okay? Then a spring goes on the rod. And then finally your last collar, again with the thumb screw away from the guide. Squash the spring just slightly to give the roll a little bit of tension as it rotates. Pause. Now you'll notice that the 2 notched guides have to line up with the chrome rod in the bottom. And then also you have to line up the notches in the top until it fits into place. Now if you watch the other video, you're going to notice that as I feed these labels in between the tables, there's 2 tables under here. There's one large one on top and then there's a small one underneath, and there's a flange that the labels go in between. You feed it through the flange, and you'll notice that the backing paper emerges out the front of the machine here. You pull it out until you have enough backing paper to go completely over the roll in the back. So then at that point you pivot the feed roller hinge up, feed the labels through, pull them so they go over the top of the roll in the back, and then lock the feed roller into place. You're going to hear it snap. Okay? Now as you notice, there's a label sticking out the front, so when you turn the machine on, it's going to feed out and stop. You can take that label away.